Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my morning ritual. We're sitting with a window open to the forest, a couple windows open to the forest. Let me situate you right there. Okay, and I have my coffee, and this is my Sunday morning ritual. I just sit here and I leave little gifts off in the corner of the sill for the crows to take, and I'm trying to befriend the local crow population. My poor neighbors, they have to hear me sit here and call out the window. I noticed that the local crows, I don't know if this is the same for all crows, so if you know a lot about crows, you'll have to tell me. I tend not to research the things I'm trying to connect to, because if I look it up afterwards and I get confirmation, then it means that I'm onto something. But I noticed that the local crows, they will do their calls in 3 sets of calls, and sometimes there can be 1 set, there can be 2 sets, there can be 3 sets. There's never any more than 3 sets so far that I've noticed anyway. And there will be anywhere between 1 to 5 calls in each set. So I find that interesting. So I'm trying to decode some things and see if I notice any patterns. But anyway, let's get into this. All right. Taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay. Ooh. So it's kind of interesting because lately my messages have all been along the same vein. Oh yeah, also a unicorn shat on me when I woke up. We have the magic. This week it's been, one of the messages was for a super powerful psychic, like collective. And then yesterday, I believe it was the one that I posted yesterday would have been for somebody that's really in tune, and it was a love message. It was actually quite beautiful. So check that out if you haven't. It'll be linked at the end of this video. And today what I'm getting as I'm opening up is I'm getting a lot of spirits. So whoever this message is for, there's a high degree of mediumship that's coming through in this message for me. You've probably always experienced spirits. You've probably had to hide it for a good portion of your life just because of the degree to which you experience it. If you weren't necessarily forced within your family to hide it, you definitely had to hide it from other people just because they don't understand. You probably were criticized because of the degree of how much this occurs for you, being told that either you were crazy or you're just weird, or there's something like off about you. And so there is a darker aspect to this mediumship ability, especially in this Western culture where this isn't well received. It's not well received at all. And whoever this message is for, I do feel that you have come to a certain place in unraveling your layers that maybe you felt that you had to place around yourself in order to hide this ability, or in order to pretend to be a little bit more of the status quo, right? More what people expected you to be. It's almost a feeling of being that never got you anywhere. And so you started to understand that you have to untangle that, and you have to start allowing yourself to unfold and be your genuine, authentic self. So whoever I'm speaking to, you've already gone through that process. The thing is that what they're giving me now, it feels like a roller coaster, but here we go. Like now that you've done that, now it's almost as though we're going to do it more. So it's like really turning that volume up on ourselves in order to allow our power to emerge, right? And the message that therefore is coming through is that the spirits walk with you. There is an extra added layer of almost help in doing this. I do feel for some of you it's ancestral. I feel for others of you, you may have been experiencing in fleeting moments throughout your life something else, right? This may have been, for example, we have had messages in the past where there's something that appears in a frightening manner. It may be that. It may be something that you're aware is ultra protective of you. For some of you, if you align to the angelic visual, maybe you are experiencing it, for example, as an angel. But whatever it is, there seems to be this extra added layer of help that's trying to help you, almost like what they're showing me is it's a nest with an egg, and the egg has been hatching for a very long time, revealing the potential of what's inside, but you haven't fully emerged yet. So you're in that process of just breaking it open, and something else is coming in, almost like a mother, almost like a guide in this space to like open that egg up completely. So you may have therefore experienced a little bit more recently. You might be experiencing something or an undercurrent of something that you can't quite put your finger on, for example. I do feel that there was a fork in a road at some point. There was something that maybe caused us to need to start off in a new direction or create a new foundation for ourselves. I do feel that there was a choice of some kind that was involved in that. The choice was to lay down or to continue, or to go in this direction or continue in the direction that we've been heading. I feel this sort of change of priorities. It's almost like the Two of Wands, where the explorer is holding on to the two wands at the battlement, but he's only holding one, right? It's like we released one willpower direction and we held on to another willpower direction, thus leading our journey into a new vista, a new place, a new land. Someone's on some terrain that maybe they're not really sure of how to navigate it. They've never been in this terrain. This could be something that we're doing with the mediumship in the 3D. This could be something that we're doing completely in the astral. This could just be a course of study that we've never engaged in. It can be something different for everybody. Okay, whatever it is here, there is some hard work that's entailed in it, and we see that sort of new direction implied here by the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the explorer going to a new place. And what we have here is we have something, almost a barrier or a boundary or a roadblock that we've had to push past. For some of you, this is going to be something inside of your own abilities. Others of you, this is going to be fear. Others of you, this is going to be something that happened in the 3D that's trying to stop you from the new direction that you've picked. We've talked about that before on this channel, how our shadow will do that, right? It'll try to keep us in the same place because this is what we've always programmed ourselves to know as being comfortable and safe. So this roadblock comes to keep us there, right? When really what we want is to get through this. Persist, if that's you, persist. Okay. Ooh, yeah. So somebody here with this new direction, with this roadblock, with this new direction, with this crossroads, with this picking of a new priority, we're aligning ourselves to what it is that we actually want to do. We're aligning ourselves to what it is that's actually ingrained inside of us. It's like this sounds so cheesy, but I'm going to say it because that's what came through. It's like the soul song, right? It's the song of our souls. We've been singing a different tune our whole lives, and it's never quite resonated with us. And now what we're doing is we're stepping into maybe the roles that we've been afraid of, right? That we know are our truth. Maybe we have tried to stay away from the practices that we always knew were going to be part of our path. There's something here in this element of the shame and suppression, and even for some of you, multiple failures or betrayals, or all of those things that we go through as people, right? That we have to therefore heal from. There's something wrapped up in all of that that caused a sense of denial of our true nature, or of the thing that we actually want to do, almost like a bad taste being put in your mouth by life's experiences for the very thing that you're meant to be doing. And having to heal through that, having to process all of that, so that we come into a place where now we're able to step into that place without all that baggage, right? Without feeling that resistance. I went through that same exact thing with being, a teacher, stepping into a teacher role, teaching classes, teaching things that I know, because I just had such a bad experience in my past in the neo-pagan community. And so just not necessarily personal, but like it feels personal, you know what I mean? Just when you see the undercurrents of how people's egos really make them want to latch on to power and pride, and the things people are willing to do with those things, it can take somebody out of that desire to ever want to have anything to do with that again. I'm saying this because I feel that that's someone's story here, that they may have had people try to not undermine them, but just always acting in their ego and their pride, and how do I want to interpret this? because this is very specific and it's trying to come out. So there's somebody here that this is specifically for. I almost feel that somebody had some things that they were working on stolen from them. And if that's you, you know, I just want to say this, right? This is something that's going to happen. It's going to happen. There are always people out there trying to take what it is that we create because they don't have the ability to create those things for themselves. When people take those things, it's not that it's okay. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's that one way that we could perceive that is a sign that what you're doing is something that impacts people. Right? That's why someone else wants to take it. So if you found that you gave up because of that and you are trying to move into this role again, but you're afraid, just know that these types of situations, this will always happen. You know, tarot readers, for example, we have people pretending to be us on every single social media platform. There's a Witch and Scythe Facebook. It's not mine. It's not mine. It's the pictures of the woman. It's completely different race, right? And I've reported it to Facebook so many times. I know a lot of you have reported it to Facebook, and Facebook just won't take it down. I got written the other day that there's a TikTok that's pretending to be me. There was some other tarot reader, I won't mention their name, who was using my thumbnails to try and attract people to their videos. You know, my art business, I've had people straight up steal my art, and this is always going to happen. You know, ultimately, this is part of the creative process, right? People always want to mimic the creative process, and so try not to let this, you know, disturb you too much as you move forward, right? Just keep doing you. Worry about you, keep doing you. Worry about the people that you're influencing and impacting and having a healthy impact on. In terms of mediumship, worry about the people who are, you know, passed on that need your help. This is what really matters. This is what truly matters. So I know I went off on a little bit of a tangent for that, but for some reason, like, somebody needs to really hear that. So I'm okay taking like 5 minutes out in a reading to tell somebody something they need. Okay. Hopefully everyone else had the patience to stick through that. Okay, let's get on with it. We have the Star. And so again, this is going through this new journey with this sense of liberation, this renewal. There is a time before when the Star shows up, right? The Star implies this sort of cataclysm that creates the flood. And so there is a time before. There was a tower moment inside of somebody's life. In other words, a cataclysm, if you're unfamiliar with the tarot card. And after that cataclysm, there's a rebuilding. So whoever this message is for, you've probably had to rebuild yourself after whatever these tower moments were that took you out of this sort of work. Maybe for some of you, it's not even that there was a time before where you were like being a medium. Maybe it's, for example, in childhood, if you had an exceptional ability and then it had to get closed down because it wasn't safe to have this ability. For example, if you came from a very religious family, right? And so now what you're finding is that you have been rebuilding this for yourself, and it's almost this feeling of like, buckle up, buttercup, because the ride's about to begin. Right? Someone has been stepping into their authenticity, and now they've made some sort of choice or a change in their priorities, and this is where the ride really begins. So someone here, you may be, again, you are probably becoming a little bit more aware of something else that's outside of you, something that may be trying to help you break out of that shell completely. Our potential is completely opening up in this space. And I do want to say this, I'm becoming extremely aware of this trend inside of my readings for this year, that there's something very important about the movement of the sun this year. I think there's always something important about the movement of the sun. This is why ancient cultures, you know, practice solar worship, for example. It's the way that our consciousness moves. However, this year there's something that is kind of impacting everybody. And what it feels like to me is that our authenticity has been hibernating in some way. And this particular solar cycle is about that authenticity moving closer towards the emotional space as it moves towards the Tropic of Cancer. And it's, as it moves towards this emotional space, it's almost as though we're stepping into ourselves in a brighter way, right? In a louder way, in a deeper way. And this is forcing emotions out of us that maybe we never realized we had to deal with. I do think this is greatly impacting the energy levels of whoever, you know, this is true for. So one of the things that's also coming through from the spirits right now, as I'm saying that the spirits walk with you, the same vulnerability and heart healing that we have to have towards our fellow humans and towards ourselves in this earth journey, we also have to have with the spirits. There's this war that we have as human beings with the spiritual world. This is ingrained into us, right? This comes from our religions. This comes from our stories. This comes from Hollywood. This is something that is deeply embedded inside of our energy systems from the time that we're very young, because we consistently see this war against spirit, war against spirit, war against spirit, war against spirit. And this can't be there in order for the abilities that really mark who you are, your true core, your true essence. In order for those to completely unfold, we have to learn how to be one with. And so this resistance, this fight, this battle, someone here, you're being guided to examine that and to understand that at the core of all things is the unifying factor of love. So whoever this message is for, I wish you the best of luck with this. If this resonates for you, please hit that like button, and until next time.